The other day, this guy walked up to me on the street and he said, Earl. And I was like, random guy I don't know. Looked him in the eye, shook his hand, and he said, Earl, I want you to run for president. You know? And I was like, hogwash, no. He's like, Earl, before you turn me down straight off, I want you to know that there are a lot of people out there that want you to run for president. I was like, you know what? You know what? I'm going to do it. I'm running for president. So, you know, it is probably about 10 years ago. I get up to my first public speech and I stand up to that podium and I lean against it like that, resting on it, you know. And I looked out to the people and I said, people, I'm going to tell you 3 things today. Number 1, you don't want me to be president. And people were like, no, Earl. And I was like, no, listen to me. You don't want me to be president. First of all, I would move the White House to the middle of Tennessee in the Appalachian Mountains. I'd turn it into a big hunting ranch. First of all. Second of all, I don't get along with people real well. And I'm not what you call one of them bipartisan people. I know how I want things done. And I know how I'm going to get things done. So there'd be a lot of people in Congress not liking me too much. And quite frankly, I don't care. I would be Congress. Simple as that. People are like, oh, Earl, but come on, you're running for president. You got to be democratic about this. And I said, you know what democratic means to me? They're like, what, Earl? I'm like, it means I don't win. They're like, Earl, you gotta give and take some. And I said, no. The only giving is what I've already taken. And I'm giving it to myself again, damn it. I'm selfish. I like things done my way. And that's the way it should be. I'm a man. I work for what I get. And what I get, I want to keep. They're like, alright, Earl. What's reason number 3? And you know, before I gave my speech, I said 3 reasons, but really I only had 2. So I sat there and I looked off into space and I pondered for it on a minute. They were like, what, do you have a reason 3? And I was like, yes, I have a reason 3. Reason 3, now rule number 1 of reason 3 is don't question whether or not I have a reason 3. I will gut you quicker than a catfish laying on a fillet table. But yeah, and then I was like, you know what? The country ain't ready for a man like me to be in office. Keep electing your little prissy Boston men, your Obama. Oh, I went to Harvard, so says. Still ain't found his birth certificate. You know what? Find my birth certificate real damn quick. Here it is. Right here. Birth certificate. I was certified to be born. Don't have to call me Obama. I found that real quick like. But anyway, you elect your prissy little Tea Party boys from Boston. Your left-wing nutcases from California like Pelosi. Got Obama in office, and you know what? I am neither. I'm not a right-wing nutcase, and I'm not a left-wing nutcase. I'm not for gays, I'm not against gays. I'm for an Earltopia. A utopia is all about you. But in an Earltopia, it's all about Earl. And you know what? Who's gonna argue with me? I'm commander-in-chief of whatever the hell I want to be commander-in-chief of. All hail Earl, you know what I'm saying? I run things with an iron fist. Not like Stalin, he was weird. I'm Earl. I do things my way, and people don't like my way. My way or the highway. Except I'll take out the highways if you run from Earl. But yeah, capital would be Skolington, right next to Bud Lightville, in between Ribeye Town and Pork and Beansville. I can see it now. Man's paradise. So hey, Earl 2012, you never know. Might toss my name in there. If I get like 100,000 views, I'll officially put my name on the ballot for 2012. The Independence, the Earl Party.